You can lift weights, you can walk on a treadmill, you can do exercises your trainer showed you, and yet your back hurts, your hips are tight, you feel stiff getting out of bed. That's not bad luck. That is a movement gap, and most people have no idea that it even exists. Here's what nobody in the fitness industry wants to say out loud. Most exercise routines are built around a very narrow range of human movement. Push-ups, lifting weights, maybe some stretching. That's about it. That's not complete fitness. That is a playlist with 4 songs on repeat. Your body is capable of an enormous range of movement patterns that it literally developed over hundreds of thousands of years of human evolution. And the moment you stopped doing them, somewhere around the time you started sitting in chairs all day and stopped playing on the ground, you started losing all of them. The result is joints that only move in limited ranges, muscles that don't work together properly, a body that might be strong in some ways but fragile in the ways that actually matter for daily life. These 5 movements are what's missing, and I'm going to show you what happens when you put them back in. Number 1, the deep squat hold. Not a gym squat where you go halfway down, not a squat with a barbell on your back, but a full depth heels down, spine upright, hips below parallel squat. The position that your body was designed to rest in. Before chairs existed, humans spent hours every single day in a deep squat position. It's still a resting position in most of the world outside of Western countries. In most adults over 40 in America, it's become a mobility test that most people completely fail. What the deep squat restores is hip and ankle mobility that sitting has destroyed. It decompresses your lower back after hours of sitting. It restores internal hip rotation that most people have completely lost. It even improves pelvic floor function and digestive health. Your body needs to be able to get into this position. Not being able to squat deeply is a predictor of mobility loss, fall risk, and declining independence as you age. So start here, find something sturdy to hold on to. A door frame, a countertop, anything solid. Now sit back into your deepest squat. Don't force anything. Just go as deep as you can while keeping your heels on the ground and your chest somewhat upright. Hold on to that support to keep your balance. Now just sit there and breathe. Spend 2 to 5 minutes here daily. That's it. Over time, use less and less support from your hands. Eventually, you'll be able to sit in a deep squat with no assistance at all. That's when you know your hips and ankles have the mobility your body needs. Number 2, the dead hang. The passive dead hang from a pull-up bar or any overhead structure. Arms overhead, feet off the ground, spine decompressed under your own body weight. Your shoulder joints were built for overhead loading and hanging. Somewhere along the way, modern life stopped requiring this and we stopped doing it completely. The result is the single most common source of chronic pain in adults. Shoulder impingement, rotator cuff problems, upper back tightness, neck tension, all of it stems from shoulders that never go overhead and decompress. But 60 seconds of hanging per day does more for shoulder health than most people's entire upper body workout routine. Hanging pulls your shoulder blades down and back into their natural position. It creates traction in your spine that reverses the compression from sitting. It strengthens your grip, which research shows is one of the strongest predictors of overall health and longevity. Weak grip strength correlates with increased risk of cardiovascular disease, disability, and early mortality. So start here. Find a pull-up bar, a sturdy tree branch, a doorway pull-up bar, anything you can hang from safely. Grip it with both hands and let your body hang. Your arms should be completely straight. Don't try to pull yourself up. Just hang there and let gravity decompress your spine and shoulders. Work towards 60 seconds accumulated daily. If you can only hang for 10 seconds right now, that's fine. Hang for 10 seconds, rest, hang for 10 more seconds. Repeat until you've accumulated 60 seconds total. Over weeks and months, your continuous hang time will increase and your shoulders will feel dramatically better. Number 3, the crawl. Bear crawl specifically. Hands and feet on the ground, knees hovering off the floor, moving in a cross-body pattern. Right arm moves forward with left leg, left arm with right leg. This is the first full body movement pattern that you ever learned as a baby. It wires the cross-body connection between your left and right brain hemispheres. It builds shoulder stability under load, hip stability while moving, core control to prevent your hips from swaying, and it forces your entire body to coordinate movement at the same time. Nobody does this after age 3 or 4. That is the problem. We stop crawling the moment we learn to walk, and we never go back to it. But your nervous system needs this cross-body coordination. It's how your brain keeps the left and right sides of your body communicating properly. When that communication breaks down, you get movement asymmetries, compensation patterns, and eventually injury. So start here. Get down on your hands and knees. Lift your knees about an inch off the ground. Now crawl forward slowly. Right hand and left foot move together. Then left hand and right foot. Move deliberately, keeping your back flat and your hips level. Don't let them sway side to side. Crawl forward for 20 seconds. Rest, then repeat. Add 10 seconds each week. Eventually work up to 60 seconds of continuous crawling. Your shoulders will burn, your core will shake, and you'll be breathing hard. That means it's working. Number 4, the roll. A controlled full body roll that requires you to get down on the ground, roll your body in different directions, and control the movement through your entire spine. Rolling trains your nervous system to absorb and redirect force. It's how you fall without getting hurt. It's how you stay connected to the floor as a three-dimensional surface to move on, not just something you stand on top of. Rolling also requires more spinal segmentation than almost any other movement. Each vertebra has to move independently in sequence as you roll. Most adults roll like a stiff plank. Their spine moves as one solid unit instead of 24 individual segments. That tells you everything you need to know about how locked up their spine has become. When your spine can't segment properly, every movement creates excessive stress on a few joints instead of distributing that stress across many joints. So start here. Lie on your back. Bring your knees toward your chest and use momentum to roll sideways onto your shoulder, and then continue the roll until you're on your stomach. The key is making sure each vertebra contacts the floor in sequence. You should feel your spine rolling across the ground one segment at a time, not flopping over as one stiff unit. Practice rolling slowly in both directions. Forward rolls, backward rolls, side rolls. Make it smooth and controlled. This might feel awkward at first. That awkwardness is information. It's showing you where your spine has lost the ability to move segmentally. Number 5, get up from the floor without using your hands. Not a Turkish get up with a weight, just you, the floor, and gravity. Sit down on the floor, cross-legged. Now stand back up without using your hands, without putting your knees down, without pushing off of anything. Just stand straight up from a seated position on the floor. If you can't do this, you have a problem that going to the gym cannot fix. This isn't a strength issue. It is a coordination, mobility, and neuromuscular control issue. Research shows that inability to get up from the floor without hand support is strongly predictive of mortality risk. People who can't do this have significantly higher risk of disability, loss of independence, and death over the next several years. This matters more than any exercise in your gym program. So start here. Sit down on the floor, try to stand back up without using your hands. If you can't, use one hand for minimal support. Work on using less and less hand support over time. Practice this every single day. Film yourself doing it. You'll notice which side you favor, which movements feel harder, where you lose balance. Those are your weak links. And your weakest link is exactly where injury lives. Now, before I show you how to combine these into a daily practice, let me address something important. If you're dealing with chronic aches and pains, stiff joints, or you feel like your body just doesn't cooperate the way it used to, you're not alone. Most people think they're stuck with these problems forever. But what if there was a simple step-by-step system that could help you move pain-free again? I created Reboot Your Body specifically for people struggling with these exact issues. It's a 30-day program designed to restore the movement and strength you've lost, so you can play with your kids or grandkids, get through your day without constant aching, and feel confident in your body again. Imagine getting down on the floor and back up easily, moving without fear, and living the way you're supposed to. The link is in the description below if you want to check it out. Do all 5 today, right now if you can. Squat as deep as you can and hold it for 60 seconds. Hang from something overhead for as long as you can manage. Crawl on your hands and feet for 30 seconds. Try a controlled roll in both directions. Sit on the floor and try to stand up without using your hands. Film yourself if possible. Note what was hardest. That is your weak link. That's where you need to focus your attention. These aren't ancient wisdom from some exotic training system. They're not trends or fads. They are basic biomechanical requirements of a functioning human body. Your gym routine trains performance and builds strength in specific movement patterns. These 5 movements maintain the foundation that performance sits on. If the foundation is cracked and unstable, it doesn't matter how much you build on top of it, everything will eventually break down. Most people focus entirely on building strength and ignore the fundamental movement patterns their body needs to stay healthy. They can lift heavy weights, but they can't squat deeply. They can run for miles, but they can't hang from a bar for 30 seconds. They have strong legs, but they can't get up from the floor without using their hands. That disconnect between gym strength and real-world movement capacity is what creates the aches, pains, and injuries that seem to come out of nowhere. These 5 movements close that gap. They restore the movement patterns modern life has stolen from you. They keep your joints mobile, your spine flexible, your nervous system coordinated, and your body capable of handling whatever life throws at it. Make them part of your daily routine, not your workout, your daily routine. These aren't exercise, these are movement maintenance. They're what your body needs to stay functional for life. Start with just 10 minutes a day, 2 minutes in a deep squat, 1 minute hanging accumulated throughout the day, 30 seconds of crawling, a few rolls in each direction. Practice getting up from the floor a few times. That's it. 10 minutes that will do more for your long-term health and mobility than an hour in the gym doing exercises that only train a narrow range of movement. So let me know in the comments what challenged you most. Which of these 5 could you do easily, and which one exposed a limitation you didn't know you had? That information is gold. It tells you exactly where you need to focus to maintain the movement capacity that keeps you independent, pain-free, and capable as you age.